What happened next after the arrest of Dabo?
After the arrest of Dabo, for a while, the council members feel that now there are no other people coming because Yundum was their point to gather. Those from Fajara barracks will come to Yundum. Then when they have the strength, then they can come out and attack the State House.
How about Mr. Abdullahi Dotfal? What happened to him?
Dotfal was captured.
Can you tell us the circumstances of his capture?
As soon as he was unable to escape, he was in the same vehicle with those that I mentioned. So he was captured there, including Abdullahi Dabo, and taken to the guard room.
He was not beaten?
No.
And he was taken to the guard room?
He was taken to the guard room.
That is your testimony?
Say again, sir?
That is your testimony?
Yes, Counsel.
How about Mafuji Sonko? Do you know him?
No, I saw him when he was giving his testimony. Mafuji was a gendarme officer, and after 94 he was still at Fajara Barracks, so I was unable to know him.
What if I tell you that he was in the same vehicle with Abdullahi Dotfal?
Yes, I will agree with that, but I didn't know Mafuji in person. But I saw his testimony and he testified that he was the driver.
Do you recall any of those persons captured from Dotfal's vehicle? Do you know whether any one of them was beaten?
No, in my presence, no.
May I ask the technicians to play a video of Abdullahi Dabo? Let's hear what he has to say about his own capture.
Okay.
His story is different from yours. Could you give us volume, please? Kindly give us volume, please. Technicians, we are not hearing anything. It's coming, yes. Could you kindly take it back just a little bit? Technicians, could you kindly take it back a little bit? Give us volume.
From the vehicle. And can you tell us exactly where the vehicle was parked? The vehicle was on the road. You know, when you receive the gunshots, that's the time I stop the vehicle, then he's right. So both of these individuals, dogs to Edward Kenyatta, were hitting you. Can you tell us how they were hitting you? No, they were hitting me with their legs, hands, body parts. They were hitting me with their AK-47s. Those, some would kick me with their legs, some would knock me with hands.
At that time, apart from those two individuals, did anyone else hit you?
Yeah, Edward hit me personally.
Can you tell us how he hit you?
Edward, he came and held this finger. He just pulled it like this, then started slapping me.
And just to make sure it's clear, when you say Edward, who are you referring to?
Edward Singate, the former vice chairperson, chairman, AFRCA, and the Minister of Defense.
After he did that to you, did anyone else hit you or do anything to you?
Yeah, there were many. I cannot recognize. Even these two I mentioned are not the only person who were surrounding me. There were many, because at that time you cannot recognize who, but these two were my batch mates in the army. I know them personally. Later, Pasengor, who told me that, class, why are you here with these people?
What did you say to him?
I did not respond to him.
As a result of those beatings, did you sustain any injuries?
Where I sustained, I have a rib problem, that which I'm suffering still now. My ribs are still paining me. They sometimes pain me. At times I cannot even.
Mr. Witness, is that your class, Ablai AJJ Dabo?
Yes, he is.
You had his testimony under oath?
Very well.
You had him mention your name, Pasengor, as his class?
Very well.
You had him say that he was not arrested from the shrubs, he was arrested from inside the vehicle. Did you hear that?
I heard it.
Did you also hear that when you removed him from the vehicle, instantly you and Edward Singate and his entourage started beating him? You heard that?
I heard him.
Who's lying?
Well, I respect his view, but...
And his view is that he was beaten from...
No, I disagree with that.
You disagree with that?
Yes, Counsel.
You're saying he was not beaten?
In my presence, he was not.
No. You were present when he was taken out of the vehicle, correct?
No, I took him out of the shrubs, like I said before.
But do you really think that Abdullah Dabo would forget how he was arrested?
I don't think so.
Do you think he would forget that he was beaten at the time he was arrested?
I don't think so.
Do you think that he would forget that you have beaten him if you have not?
I don't think so.
Then why are you disagreeing with him?
I disagreed with him. Like I said earlier, that's where I found Abdullah. It is because of his boots, I knew that this is somebody. Then I didn't know who it is.
Mr. Witness, you simply do not want to implicate yourself in the beating, in the assault of Abdullah Dabo. So you're concocting this story in which you're trying to extricate yourself from responsibility.
No, Counsel, it is not like that.
Well, you heard Abdullah Dabo, he said you beat him.
Yes. What?
Had Abdullah Dabo explained that Edward Singate beat him.
I heard him.
You had him identify those he knew or those who he recognized, didn't you?
Yes, I heard him.
And he was honest enough to say that the other people he did not recognize. Why would Abdullah Dabo identify you as one of the people who beat him when you were simply trying to help him?
Counsel, the situation at that moment was very chaotic. He might see me, knows me in person, but anything that happens, he might also say I was part of it.
No, he said you hit him.
I didn't. I disagree with that statement, Counsel.
Well, you have a reason too, because you want to save your skin.
Not like that, Counsel.
Okay, let's hear Mafuji. You said nobody was beaten when they were arrested there. Not Dot Fall, not Barrow, not Ablai Dabo, not Mafuji. You saw nobody beaten. Let's hear what Mafuji has to say. Technicians, kindly play the video of Mafuji's testimony at the point he was talking about his arrest and the arrest of others.
Elemu nani sojaro minu be chika minu be ben na moto kono abe be sauntale bota moto kono moto bunda yele be fintita.
At that time, all of these soldiers that I was carrying opened the doors of the vehicle and they jumped out.
Lieutenant Elef Jamme.
Lieutenant Elef Jamme.
Ate bortale aning amonyo do itolle borta ikanata bare toma kotengolo aninte be tuyem tol be mutajele.
It was Lieutenant Elef Jamme and another guy who managed to escape, but the rest of us, including myself, were captured.
ntol mo woro men tata na manke ñi moflo minu tata ñin tomal betu yem be mutajele.
Out of the 6 that left, that arrived at the Indum barracks, apart from the 2 that escaped, the rest of us were all captured.
Yen wura jeleto.
There we were undressed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Witness. Do you recall who led the officers that captured you?
Fo hekilo bulada mola miyalonko wale nyi sojarol nyatonko ya sojarol miyalonko wale temuda.
Fo ngalon ne miniyalonko nyi nyatonko kono miniyentolo muta.
Whether if I know who led the soldiers that captured us?
Yes. Or who was the actual soldier who captured you?
Wala sojaro min fonga yete muta.
Ah, ngalon.
Yes, I know.
Kindly tell us, please.
Afo mole.
Lieutenant Peter Singate.
Lieutenant Peter Singate.
Anin Samba Bach Edward Singate la driver.
And Samba Bach who drives for Edward Singate.
Nilem molti miniyalon ko nyatonka flolu minibe lori wod lato yamuta damen anin ñi molu anin ñi sojar kote ngol be.
They were the leaders of the soldiers just captured me and my colleagues.
Bach Samba, do you know his last name?
Ñim Bach Samba foya konton lo ne ba.
Fa konton fa konton no konton malo memul baren ka kili Samba Bach.
I do not know, but we used to call him Samba Bach.
Would the name Samba Bach Jallo ring a bell? Would it mean something to you?
Niko Bach Samba Jallo fo we fen ke hakilo kono le ba.
Anyway, Jallo ko Jallo fenko dan malon de bante ngalon Samba Bach.
Well, I do not know about this Jallo
Staff
thing, but we call him Samba Bach. He was a staff sergeant. He was a sergeant.
The witness said staff sergeant, but you said you were arrested, you were captured, and you were undressed. Could you tell whether you were left with any form of clothing or not?
Sako iko yal mutale. Kabri yal muta yal wurang. Ako sayang kabri wo wuran lo kola. Fo ye fentual balala komi walen siti fan total balo balala.
Drosol damal le tutam bala.
We were only left with our knickers.
You said some escaped. Do you know towards which direction they escaped?
Iko dol Canada. Sayang fo yalo na mil Canada. Itatani ma fongo minna ba.
Bortale dunta fenko kono ma fangola airport auto ma fangola so tata je nyawnya nyama je nta fono la kat mambule no mantre kono.
They ran towards the airport end, and so but I cannot say how they got there because I was not following them, so I would not know.
That is perfectly understandable, Mr. Witness.
Mo for hamle. Mo kuma kan for hamle.
So after you were undressed, how many of you were in fact captured at this point? 2 escaped. And do I take it that it was 5 of you who were captured?
Ako sayang kabri yal wurang foka pare. Sayang mo ye moja le muta katu flak kanata le foka pare. Sayang kam to ko atol mo lul le wat.
Ha.
Walem.
Ha de.
Yes.
What happened after you were stripped of your military uniforms?
Ako mune keta kabri yal uniformol bondal ba la sordal uniformol kabri ya bondal bala mune natake.
Biriye o uniformol be bondi mbala bebe larin dumbale mo mallo asingola de bebe larin dumbale ko kurolle.
Once we were stripped of our uniforms, we were all lying on the ground. We were crawling. None of us was standing.
Were you lying down as a matter of choice or not?
Fo atol aliye o la minke adiata fo ngale bang aliye la duma bang fo amankal sawoti.
Force wala munde yela de ibe damfula ibe cikla i camera footballo ke damfula ibe cikla ibe larin duma ibe tala ibe kurolla.
We were forced to lie on the ground, and we were being kicked and compelled to crawl.
Apart from being kicked, were you hit by anything else?
Kabri ka bondi je kal dam fu doron fo ya lipa fendo fanala
cidi juwo mol cidi juwo wala ka tatangi be jumfla la tangi
They were using rifle butts
damfla
and
be cikla
hitting us with it and
be jumfla
giving us blows and kicking us.
Mr. Witness, you can stand up and demonstrate how it was being done.
sedo isa lo nole ya itandi mola keta no nyami ya kala no nyami isa lo no ya itandi
abaraka be de yala nyabake ngai tanda
Thank you so much. It will be a pleasure for me to stand up and show you exactly.
I can't hear him, so...
Kita sinate samba baj ani so jare ko to ni ya ko wonde ko kawon ci donde be dum ko jaka do ko ma ko do wa ko very serious no ko ke ni la ko at that time, none of us was thinking of surviving because the message they told us they were going to kill us.